welcome to my channel. My name is Kati and today we are going to talk about me ordering a VDS planner. And I remember the first time I went to the VDS webpage a few years back and shut it down almost immediately because the options are so endless and I was so overwhelmed and I didn't know anything about the ordering process or VDS products or anything. So it was just like overload, shut down. And a few years passed and then I was ready to revisit the VDS website and to find out what is the hype about those planners. There are a lot of options. It's not like you go on the website and you look like, I like this planner, order. There are options and I will go those through. But my first step in this process was to order some leather samples because I have ordered in the past leather planners and you can't get the feel of the leather from a computer screen or on your phone or anything. So it's like always a bit of a surprise how the leather is then in real life. So because I'm dreaming of a personal rings, so I don't get it under 100 euros. And I think because they are offering the option of getting samples, I thought that is my first step. And that was also overwhelming because there are so many options. But I decided that I will go with black because I like using black planners because I like having bright colors in my planner, so then black goes with that. So I chose the black, most of the black leathers they have, and then a few extras. And I go these through in my leather sample unboxing video, which I will link here and below. So I told there why I chose what. After the unboxing started the pondering phase and I didn't come to a clear winner of these leathers. So these are the real ostrich ones and these I can say I'm not going there. That's too expensive and that's a waiting list leather, so you have to go on a waiting list and wait when they have it, and so it's like that's an even longer process of ordering a planner. Then I wanted to see this undyed Janet leather because, well, it's hip. So I wanted to see it. And yes, this is very smooth, but I don't think that I would like the aging process of the leather. I wouldn't enjoy having like some parts lighter that are not exposed to light, and this is so delicate and I want my planner to be like I can throw it in a bag and don't worry about it. I want a planner that I can use without worrying. So these were like just nice to see. But then I had these 4 black leathers. This is the Janet leather, then this is the black Italian leather, narrow nappa, and the Touch Me Noir. And then I was pondering and I just couldn't decide if I want a matte leather or a shiny one. I ordered these in February and now it's already June. So that gives you the perspective how long I have been pondering about this. So then one phase I just put these away and stopped thinking about it because I couldn't make a decision. Of course I have studied the leathers. I have here my shopping notes about this shopping project. So here I have been writing notes about the leathers, and the Janet leather, it's also a bit delicate and it will patina and it's pretty thick, so I thought that's not what I want. And then it was between these shiny or matte. This is their softest leather, this narrow nappa, this nappa leather. So I think I would like that. But then this is the Touch Me leather, and this is what they have on their ready to ship planners. After pondering about these leathers, I could say that this is my favorite if I'm not in the mood of something shiny. So this narrow nappa, which is very soft. But what's the strong or like selling point for this TM leather is that it's soft, but this is like their most, I would say, easiest leather, so nothing will happen to it. Like you can throw some water on it, nothing happens, and it's very durable. So because I didn't come in an easy solution about these, then I started pondering about the ring size. So because I want a personal size, or as they call it, standard size, I have two options of ring sizes. It's 25 or 30 millimeters. And those are both something that I have never seen in real life. So this planner that I bought from Lidl has 21 millimeter rings, and this is an Filofax Metropole which has 23 millimeter rings. And I was happily first using this one until it became too full. I don't like to use it when it's too full, so when I open the rings the things are falling out. So I had to change to the Filofax, although I enjoy this faux leather planner more than the Filofax, because this I had the problem that it didn't stay open, and I just need my planner to stay open. But now I have used this enough so it stays open, so that's okay. I like to keep now everything in one place, so these 23 millimeter rings also started to get a little small. I don't like to have my planner like this. I like to have the inserts on this side, so when I open the rings I can do it safely without things falling out. And this is now also decluttered, so I have taken my plans out here, so that's why they are like nicely now in these rings, but there is a lot of things missing. So 25 at least. And then I had heard many say that 30 millimeter rings is like too much. So then my second step was in the beginning of April to order rings. These are now Moterm 30 millimeter rings in gold, because I wanted to see what's the 30 millimeters about and if I like the gold color. So then I just put all my inserts in these rings and checked if it's okay. And I have to say I enjoy the gold color, and I don't think that these 30 millimeter rings are like way too big. So these would be like a secure choice, so that I could really fit everything that I want in my rings. Then I had checked the ring size, but I wasn't sure about that either, so I think 25 could be okay. 30, well, you can't go bigger than that, so you'd have to fit everything in that. So then if we go to the VDS options, there is like two roads to go. Either you choose the custom made planner where you can customize almost everything, or you go the ready-made road. Then there are not so many options, but there still are a lot of options. When we talk about the personal, so the VDS standard size, there is like 3 sizes of the planner, because if you take the custom, I don't know, I hope you are still following because this is so much. So if you take the custom, it's one size for the 25 millimeter rings, but if you take the 30 millimeter rings, the planner size is different, so it's wider. And then there is always, if you take to custom, you can customize it. You can make it wider or smaller or whatever. But I just cut off paper the size of the planner that it would be and compared it to my planners that I have now. And there is also the thing about the 25 compared to 30 millimeter rings is the spine, because the spine is so much, can you see, is it too white? The spine is so much wider in the 30 millimeter rings because of the back plate, people say. So that is a thing. And if you take the ready-made planner, that's even bigger than any of these. So it's higher, and I don't now remember if it was wider than this, but the back plate is a little smaller. But what's good about the ready-made, you can choose the ring size. So you can put 30 millimeter rings or 25 millimeter rings in the back plate if you are not sure. So you could take the ready-made and order both ring sizes and change them, and that would be okay. So then if we talk about the ready-made, so it's the TM, so Touch Me line, and they have their 7 color options, 5 of the Touch Me leather and then 2 Croco leathers. Then you get to choose the 25 or 30 millimeter rings, although I think the 30 millimeter rings are like out, or they are like sold out, so they are waiting for new ones. But in a perfect world, like they have 25 or 30 millimeter rings, and you can choose the silver or the gold option. And the gold is, of course, a bit more expensive. And then if you have made it through of these 3 options, you have still 3 extras you can choose. You can choose a flyleaf and a zipper compartment and embossing. And those are also, of course, everything has an extra cost. And you can't custom those, so the flyleaf will be the same color and stitching as you have chosen the planner to be. But then if you choose a custom planner, you can almost custom everything. So I was planning it, so here I wrote about what you could custom. So you can, first you choose the leather, and as you heard, that wasn't easy for me. So you can choose a different leather for the outside and the inside. Then you can choose your stitching color from the to the outside and the inside, and then of course the same options for the rings. Although no, in the custom you first have to choose if you want 25 or 30 millimeters, because the planner is then in a different size. But you can choose the gold or silver rings. Then you get to choose if you want a stiffener, so if it's a floppy or if there is something, well, this has something, a stiffener here, so it's like, it's not floppy at all. I think the stiffener can also be like at least two options, so a little more stiff and a little less stiff, and then you can also choose like a foam or something, so it would be like soft. But that's all, like, you have to know it. It's not like in the ordering form there, you have to know these things. Then if you have survived that then you get to choose the pockets. And those are like, starting from 20, 30 to over 50. Here it's over 70 euros. So it's quickly adding up. And the ready to ship line has different pocket configuration as the custom made. So the custom made starts different than the ready made. So that's also a thing to think about. So I was here like planning what would be my dream planner, and here are the different sizes. So that's like so many choices. So you can in the custom choose a big back pocket, you can choose secretarial flaps for both sides or one side, you can choose the leather fly leaf, choose the leather stitching for that, the zipper compartment, and then some nice like outside facing slip pockets here or here, full height outside pocket, or ring protectors, or a chunky clasp. That's something that many people like. They want to have a chunky clasp, so you have to take the custom and pay extra for the clasp, 25 or 30 euros. Then you can choose an extra pen loop. I think the custom comes with one here, the ready-made TM line comes with 2 already, and then you can widen the custom, or some like to make it smaller. And yes, they come with rounded corners. If you pay extra, you get squared corners. I like rounded, so I'm happy to go with that. Then you can choose an embossing like here or here, gold, silver, or like this, how is it called, like it's no color. And then you can choose a different layout, and it's like so many options. So I had my plan, like what would be like my dream planner, what I want, what pockets I need. Like you can see here this Filofax with the pockets like this, like, well, it works, but it's not ideal, I would say. And I like to have a pocket like this, so in here I slit this top card pocket open so that I can fit something bigger. And I love this. This was like perfect in use, but the ring size is too small in here. I don't have so much like ring planners. I have one leather ring planner, like real leather. So I really can't say like, and here you can see this is much like pliable. It doesn't have like any stiffener, or if it has, it's like something very not stiff. So it's a completely different experience than with this that has something like cardboard inside. Like also this has a very stiff cardboard here in the Filofax. So I don't know what would be my dream planner yet, because I don't have so much experience, and I'm like confused with so many options and the colors, and so that's why I chose that I want my first VDS to be black, because that works with my bright colors. So that was a clear choice, black. I will go with black. And even though if I would want to have some stitching, nice stitching colors, I was thinking about black with pink stitching. But I may not like pink in the future. And of course I'm buying the planner for me now, but if I'm paying hundreds of euros, I would like to be able to use it also in the future to come. Because you can see black with black stitching, that's like stylish. But then I was thinking about the pockets and everything and the price. So I was looking, and then the leather. It's like I was so overwhelmed. But then one day I went to the website and I was like, okay, I'm ready to buy now. I don't know if I should tell you already what I bought. Maybe I'm not telling you what I bought, because then it would be a surprise for you. So I'm not telling you yet, but I can tell you I have ordered my first VDS personal, okay, they call it standard planner, and it is black. You know that now. But maybe if you want to guess what I ordered, or if what ring size or anything, you can guess down below in the comments. But this was like my thinking process, and I think this was fun, like looking the options and what they cost, and then just to draw what my dream would be like, maybe, and not even like my dream, but what I functionally want, because I have these journaling cards, so I want to have those on easy access. Here in this I have them in the back, and in this planner I hold them in the front, which I loved. And then maybe I want a few pockets to put my cards and my sticky notes, but I don't need a lot of pockets. And I have learned that I like to have a lot of paper. Well, I don't know if you think this is a lot, but I would like to have to fit the whole year of these spending trackers, and if I have small rings, I can't fit them all. And here I wrote, yes, well, of course there is that the Touch Me, the ready-made planner line, they say they will ship in 5 business days, and then the custom will take weeks, or I could already say it will take months. And then if you choose waiting list leather, I don't know how long that will take. Let me know if you have ordered, or if you have a VDS planner, and did you order a ready-made or a custom. I have to say, I'm most excited about the rings, because with the Filofax I get to 23 millimeters, and I have now learned that's not enough for me. Well, of course there is the Belgian option, which starts with a G, but I'm not buying those planners anymore. So there are not so many options for bigger ring size planners. But this was a bit like a rambling video. But if you enjoyed this, please like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I would be very happy if you would. And I can say I also ordered some more leather samples for some future planners maybe, so I'm happy to receive and see those samples too. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.